Hello everyone, we're on page 28, lesson 1-4, absolute value equations. Some equations contain absolute value expressions. The definition of absolute value is used in solving these equations. For any real numbers a and b where b is greater than or equal to 0, if the absolute value of a equals b, then a equals b, or negative a equals b. The second case is often written as a equals negative b. Solve an absolute value equation. Okay. A standard adult tennis racket has a 100 square inch head plus or minus 20 square inches. Write and solve an absolute value equation to determine the least and greatest possible sizes for the head of an adult tennis racket. Well, we know 100 plus or minus 12 means 80 or 120, but it's asking for us to actually write the absolute value equation that goes with it. We need to determine the greatest and least possible sizes of the head of a tennis racket given the middle size and the range in sizes. So we're given the middle size right here. It's 100. That's the center size. When writing an absolute value equation, the middle or central value always placed inside the absolute value symbols. The range is always placed on the other side of the equality symbol. So write this equation and then write this in your notes. Put this in your notes, just like this. So you have lesson 1-4, real world example 2. C is your central value, and R is your range. Okay, so in this example, okay, X is going to represent your smallest and greatest tennis racket size. Okay, you're going to replace C with 100 because that's the medium size, or the central size. X minus 100 equals, your range is 20. Okay, so now when we solve for X here, we'll have the size of the smallest and biggest possible tennis racket. So we have X minus 100 equals 20, or X minus 100 equals negative 20. Okay, when you remove the absolute value symbols, you make the other side positive, and then you write it again as negative, because it could be either or here. Add 100 to both sides. X equals 120. This is your maximum, and that's going to be labeled square inches. And then add 100 here. X equals 80. And then you could, I'm just going to show this just because you could write square inches abbreviated this way, or you could do inches squared. Both labels are acceptable. I do expect labels. 2a, okay, 2a is just solve each equation, check your solutions. So pause the video and solve these two. We have 9 equals the absolute value of x plus 12. Okay, remove the absolute value signs. X plus 12 equals 9. X plus 12 equals negative 9. Subtract 12 from both sides. X equals negative 3. Negative 9 minus 12, x equals negative 21. 2b, we have 8 equals y, the absolute value of y plus 5. Okay, remove the absolute value signs. We have 8 equals y plus 5, and negative 8 equals y plus 5. Subtract 5 from both sides here. 3 equals y. Subtract 5 from both sides here. Negative 13 equals y.